The ECB may be looking very closely at the latest U.S.-China trade fight that is taking place today. Do you think the ECB and other central bankers should be worried about the global impact here?
Well, you're right. I mean, this is something that it's a game that's being played by two parties, but it's going to affect everybody if it does blow out. I mean, from our perspective, it does still feel like a game of chicken that the U.S. president is playing. He believes that he can prise open the Chinese economy, which has long been one of the more protectionist major economies out there, and he believes he can do it by playing chicken. And in a sense, his kind of maybe cultivated, kind of wild, impulsive persona is almost perfectly designed for this game, because the dominant strategy in chicken is throw your steering wheel out the window and look crazy. And I think that's kind of what we're playing. And the big restraint on this for us is obviously midterms in November. How much is Donald Trump, President Trump, going to want to self-inflict material damage on the very parts of the economy that turned for him in 2016 ahead of November midterms?
And William, it's interesting that you mentioned that. It's a theme that we've been picking up throughout this hour in terms of what kind of pushback the president's really going to see there. I think you mentioned as a game of chicken could be used to describe not just his trade policy, but his foreign policy as well. Do you think he's going to really garner that support as we go into the midterms? Because there is a lot of pushback within the party even now.
No, I think that's right, and this is the problem that he faces, and this is the problem that Xi Jinping doesn't face necessarily. Is that Xi Jinping doesn't have to face electoral accountability until long after he's dead, in some senses, and this is where Trump is possibly weak in this game of chicken. And this is a very corporate White House, as you know. It's very heavy in sort of people heavy in business experience, and they will have played this game, the art of a deal, and it's more difficult to play it in politics generally because you're playing against many different competing institutions. It's often quite difficult to discern what is the dominant strategy, and often these games just peter out a little bit at the political level. They're far more effective, or tend to be far more effective board to board rather than country to country, and I think that may be the problem that America comes up against.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.